Help me to reach 2,000 subscribers. I heard the laughter first. Soft, intimate and wrong. It came from the kitchen, slicing through the quiet hum of the evening like a blade. My hand froze on the banister. That laugh used to be mine. The one he reserved for me when no one else was around. But now it was hers. And his. My husband's. I stepped closer, my heartbeat roaring in my ears. The smell of roasted garlic and wine filled the air, and their voices blurred with it. Familiar tones twisted into something foreign. I stopped at the corner, unseen, and watched as they stood by the counter. Bodies too close, eyes too knowing. It wasn't supposed to feel like this. Not here. Not with her. My ex-boyfriend is part of my family, Claire had said the first week we got married. He'll be a frequent visitor to our home. I hope you're okay with that. I had laughed then. A harmless detail, I thought. We were open, modern, confident in our love. Her ex, Daniel, had dated her years before college. He was now married to her cousin, so he was technically family. I told myself it was fine. I wanted to believe it was fine. But seeing them now, sharing a glass of wine while her hand brushed his arm, it didn't look fine at all. I stepped into the room. Her eyes snapped toward me, wide, guilty. His followed, slower, almost bored. "Hey," she said, her voice a fraction too high. "You're home early." Apparently. I forced a smile. Didn't know we were hosting guests tonight. "Daniel just stopped by," she said, setting her glass down. "He was helping me fix the sink." I looked at Daniel. His sleeves were rolled up, water droplets clinging to his forearms. The wrench sat untouched on the counter. "Yeah," I said quietly. "Looks like you've been busy." He smirked slightly, as if testing how far the charade would go. "Hey man, long time no see." "Not long enough," I said. Claire's hand trembled as she picked up the dish rag. "You're reading too much into this. It's not what it looks like." Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I was paranoid. Maybe the faint lipstick smudge on his collar was from his wife. Maybe the laughter I heard wasn't flirtatious, just nostalgic. Maybe the way he stood behind her, too close, was accidental. But her body language betrayed her. Shoulders tense, lips dry, gaze darting anywhere but me. Later that night, after Daniel left, the silence between us swelled. The house felt colder. Claire sat on the edge of the bed, rubbing her temples. "You think I'd cheat on you? With him? That's insulting." I wanted to believe her. God, I wanted to. "I saw the way he looked at you," I said. "And the way you didn't stop him. You're being ridiculous. Then tell me why you flinched when I walked in." Her lips parted, then closed again. No words came out. Just that heavy silence that says everything. Finally she muttered, "You always do this. You twist things. You don't trust me." I laughed bitterly. "Trust you? You told me he'd be around sometimes. Not that he'd be here at night, drinking wine and fixing imaginary sinks." She snapped then, tears welling in her eyes. "You think I wanted this? He's family now. His wife's been distant lately, he's lonely, and I was trying to be kind." Kind. That word stung more than anything. "Kindness doesn't look like that," I said. She looked at me, truly looked at me, as if realizing how fragile this all had become. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "Maybe I crossed a line. But it wasn't what you think." Days passed. But the seed of doubt had rooted itself deep. Every time my phone buzzed, every late-night text she got, every mention of Daniel in conversation, it all tightened around my chest like a vice. I started noticing things. The way she smiled at her phone and quickly turned it face down. The scent of unfamiliar cologne when she hugged me. The distant, distracted look she wore when we talked about our future. Then, one evening while she was showering, her phone lit up on the nightstand. "Daniel, miss our talks. Same time tomorrow." I stared at it for a long time, the air leaving my lungs. My hand shook as I unlocked the phone. Their messages unfolded like a slow car crash. Jokes turned to confessions. Confessions turned to apologies. Apologies turned to longing. I still think about what we had. Don't. You're married. So are you. That doesn't stop the memories. I scrolled further, each line a knife, cutting deeper into the illusion I had built around us. There were no explicit confessions of physical betrayal, but emotional infidelity hung over every word. When she came out of the shower, towel wrapped around her, she froze, seeing me with her phone in hand. Why? I asked softly, her face drained of color. You shouldn't have. Read it. You're right. I shouldn't have had to. Tears streamed down her face. It wasn't what you think. It never is, I said, voice trembling. But it always ends the same way. We didn't speak much after that. She slept in the guest room, claiming she needed space. I let her have it. But inside I was collapsing, every memory re-examined, every smile suddenly laced with doubt. A week later she asked if we could talk. We sat across from each other, the distance between us heavier than ever. I ended things with Daniel, she said quietly. Completely. I told him we can't talk anymore. Because you got caught. Because I realized what I was risking, she said. I love you. I was stupid and lonely and nostalgic. I missed the version of myself I was with him, young, carefree. I wasn't trying to betray you, I just... She broke down. I lost sight of what mattered. Her words hurt, but they were honest. Too honest. I can forgive a mistake, I said slowly. But I can't unsee what I saw. I can't unknow what I know. She nodded, wiping her tears. I understand. That night she packed a small bag. No drama. No begging. Just quiet resignation. At the door she looked back once. For what it's worth, she said. He didn't win. You just stopped fighting. And then she was gone. Weeks later I saw her again, at a family gathering. She arrived with Daniel and his wife. Her laughter filled the room once more, but this time it didn't hurt, just felt hollow. As she walked past me, our eyes met briefly. There was a flicker of guilt there, maybe even regret. But mostly there was acceptance. I raised my glass slightly, a small final toast to everything we lost. She smiled faintly and turned away. And just like that, the chapter closed, quietly, painfully, and completely.